Missionary raised $30 million for Bibles, then blew it on diamonds and gambling. Let's start this month off right. The only thing missing off that headline is hookers and blow. If you're going to go down burning. How many Hail Marys is that going to send them back? Federal authorities have launched an international manhunt for Georgia. Why am I not surprised? Every man turned fugitive who is being sought for an alleged scheme that redirected more than $30 million from Christian charities meant to be spent on Bible distribution in China. And every man is a typical or ordinary person. He's anything but that. Come on, he's been a scheming and a scamming for a very long time. Look at him. He looks like one of those guys that walks around in the white short sleeve button ups. Hey, you got a minute? According to a federal indictment unsealed Tuesday, 45-year-old Jason Gerald Shank took more than $33 million in donations from charities and individuals, money that he allegedly promised to use for producing and distributing Bibles and Christian literature, and spent it on a slew of expensive personal purchases. The biggest red flag for me is the Bible has been the most widely distributed book in the world for a very, very long time. Why would they need help now? All of a sudden, he didn't even try to make it look legit. He didn't write an anonymous check to a church. He didn't put a nickel in any collection basket. That man wouldn't offer a prayer to the Pope. Shank allegedly spent about $1 million on diamonds and precious metals, $7 million on his family farm, $320,000 on real estate in Chile, $4 million on 16 life insurance policies, $850,000 on shares of a private U.S. nuclear company, $820,000 on credit card payments, running it up, and $1 million deposited in an online sports betting site, which was subsequently shut down for fraudulent activity. Looks like the only books he was interested in making came off the point spread. He was so greedy that if he would have spent just a portion of the money for what he said it was supposed to be for, they would have never found him out. Talk about fitting a camel through the eye of a needle. He also went to great lengths to cover his tracks, the indictment claims, not really because a great lie is hidden in the truth. If he would have put some of that money where it was really supposed to go, he would have been better off. Shank allegedly directed the funds to a variety of shell corporations that had bank accounts stationed around the globe to conceal the nature of the transactions. He even sent completely fabricated spreadsheets containing phony statistics about how many Bibles were distributed to different Chinese provinces to the charities he was scamming, according to the indictment. Well, damn, I'm glad it was only Bibles and not starving children. This man had absolutely no intention of helping this cause at all. It was nothing more than a cash grab. All the while, prosecutors say he continuously lied, what a shock, to international banks about who he was and how much money he and his family had. Shank even renounced his U.S. citizenship in 2016, a move that the indictment claims was motivated solely by his desire to avoid financial reporting requirements under federal law. I don't know how much renouncing his citizenship was going to help him, if it would help him at all, but I do know as long as his business is based in the United States, he's going to have to talk to Uncle Sam just like the rest of us. You should have called Marty Bird. Shank's efforts allegedly kept the elaborate scheme afloat for nearly a decade. And not one Bible came from his direction. Prosecutors say it may have started as early as April 2010, running all the way until July 2019. Warrants have been issued for Shank's arrest, which will likely involve extradition given the international nature of the search. He could be anywhere. Barry Paschal of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Georgia told the Daily Beast, "We think we might know where he is. We aren't at liberty to say where we think he is, but we think we might know. I'll tell you where he isn't. He isn't seeking sanctuary in one of the billion churches across the world." They might want a piece of him too. Shank faces a laundry list of charges, including 4 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of international concealment money laundering, 13 counts of concealment money laundering, 21 counts of money laundering involving transactions greater than $10,000, and one count of failure to file report a foreign bank account, he could face up to 20 years in prison and substantial financial penalties and forfeitures.